Growing up, no one told me how time fuses in with itself. Like, when I was small, I always knew what time it was. I always knew what day it was, what day of the week it was. You could ask me, hey, what's today? I'll be like, it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday. I'll tell you the month, I'll tell you the date, and not have to second guess myself at all. I always knew what everything was around me. And then as I grew older and I started working and as I started getting busier, it was as if I knew nothing of time. I would wake up and I would not know the day. I would constantly have to check every 5 minutes where we were at in the week, where we're at in time. No one tells anybody how when you get older, it just goes fast. And sometimes it feels slow, but the days are just passing by constantly, left and right, left and right. And you just one day wake up and wonder, where did all the time go? What day is it? Last time I checked, it was Monday. And then you look down on your phone, it's Friday. You think it's Wednesday and it's Saturday. And it's been really mentally messing me up because I never know what's what now. I never have certainty of what anything is because I'm always busy. And to be honest, it's like it's getting to the point where my body is on autopilot mode. And it's like the moment you wake up, you just get to work and you start doing what you have to do. It's no checking your surroundings. It's no, what is happening today? What's the weather? How is today? What is today going to be like? It's just, I feel like as an adult now, I'm just running constantly. And I get sleep when I can. And then when I'm not sleeping, I'm just constantly still functioning and still moving and not realizing that these hours, these 24-hour days are just passing by every single day. And every once in a while, I might catch what day it might be or what time it might be. But I never really have the full grasp of time. And I know I probably sound crazy to whoever is listening to this right now. I know I probably don't even sound like I'm making sense, but it's like my mind is going 1,000 miles per hour, but it's blank at the same time. It's like my body knows what to do and I know that I'm doing everything correct, but I'm not doing it. You know how people get highway hypnosis when you're driving home from work and then you blink an eye and then you realize you're in the driveway of your home? Like you knew the entire time you was driving, you knew you did everything correct, you knew you didn't crash, but for some reason your mind was not there. And then when you came back to reality, you're finally in your driveway and you're kind of like, how did I get here so quickly? Or when did I get here? But I feel like I have that all the time. And so now Monday through Sunday or the day or the month, it doesn't mean anything to me because I'm always on autopilot mode. You know, when I was younger, these days, these weeks, these months, these particular dates meant something to me. Like I would get excited, you know, for February because Valentine's Day was in it. You know, get excited for December or November because holidays were in it. But now that I'm an adult, I just don't have that time to get excited for the dates, the time, the weekdays, the anything. You know, when I was a kid, I used to love Saturdays and Sundays. I used to get excited for Saturdays and Sundays. And now that I work on weekends, that excitement is gone. That acknowledgement of how important these days are gone. And I try to slow my mind down. I try to slow myself down. But it's like no matter how much I try to revert to being aware and slowing down and acknowledging where I'm at and what I'm doing, my body just won't do it. And so there'll be days that'll go by before I even realize what day I'm actually on. By the time I've acknowledged that I don't know the day I'm on, it'll be like 3 or 4 days have passed. And so when somebody be like, hey, what's today's date? And I'll be like, oh, it's the 13th and it's really the 20th. It's like, oh my God, like a whole week just passed by me because I was working and I was on autopilot mode and I was just surviving to the point where I wasn't even living those days. And I wonder if this has been happening to anybody else, or if anybody else noticed that they're locked in on survival mode so much that they're not living. They're not taking the time to absorb the energy, the fun, the surroundings around them, because they're too busy being on the move, too busy going to work, too busy just trying to get things done and be productive, that you're not understanding that these days are just slowly just passing every day. And you're not really getting the full potential like you want. That's at least how I feel. I just feel like I'm not getting the full treatment out of these days like I want, because I'm too busy just trying to get to the next day, get through the day, that I'm not realizing that in reality, weeks are passing by.